Is the monk Gurimu Igarashi the most hated character in the Blue Lock community? In my latest video where I did a personal tier list video about the first selection, Igarashi got criticized or made fun of by most of the Blue Lock fans in the comments. Perfect list, but how is Igarashi not an S? Bro, Igarashi is SSS plus tier, he's the final boss thing of the series, dude still out there on the sub-bench of Best at Munich. Igarashi should be in D, he's fucking useless, and the guy that got eliminated first should be higher. Definitely better than Igarashi. But why is Igarashi actually one of the, if not the most unpopular character? In this video I'm trying to explain from my perspective why I think Igarashi isn't loved by the fans and why Kanejiro actually implemented a character like Igarashi in his story. But let's start with some background information about Igarashi first. Igarashi debuted in the second chapter of the manga and was a member of Team Z and therefore Isagi's teammate. Igarashi's greatest weapon is his unyielding spirit. Well, that's what he says about himself, but I will talk about his real weapon later in the video. Igarashi managed to survive the first selection alongside all the other Team Z members, although he didn't really contribute much and did his best in helping Team Z by, for example, blocking shots with his face. I mean, that's at least something. Imamura couldn't even block shots.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
So Igarashi moved on to the second stage, where he somehow beat Blue Lock Man and scored 100 goals in 90 minutes on the first stage. He lost the 3v3 match, but then had to team up in a 2v2 match with Shido against Shigeru and Kunigami, who saved Igarashi from getting killed by Shido through an X kick. During the match, we could see that Igarashi was actually the perfect partner for Shido, as Igarashi did the dirty work for him in a kind of support role, so Shido was most of the time in possession of the ball and was able to create chances on his own to score goals. Igarashi even evolved and learned to do the Malicia foul, and the Malicia foul is a skill some players have and means that these players most of the time have a higher chance to get a foul called when the player loses the ball to an opponent or get fouled. And Igarashi was successful with it against Reo, who underestimated Igarashi. Igarashi got the foul and passed the ball to Shido, who easily got past Kunigami to score the first goal of the match. After some chapters, we saw that Igarashi won the match against Kunigami and Shigeru and managed to get to the third selection and last stage, where he decided to join once again Shido's team and therefore joined Team A. Igarashi didn't take part in the match against U20, but was a sub of Blue Lock 11 and later on joined Best at Munich, where he also didn't get a chance to play so far and is on the bench. So why is Igarashi the most hated character in the community? First of all, we need to know how characters are portrayed, what leads us to the main ingredient of a movie or series, and why we watch them. Identifying with the characters is a main part for us and why we love to stick to a certain series, and the community loves to see characters develop like people do in real life, and in order for the series or movie to express this development, the character has to show growth in moral and ethical qualities such as integrity, honesty, courage, and a well-developed background. And here are the main issues that most of the people have with Igarashi. Igarashi doesn't really show courage most of the time, as he likes to stick to the strongest people like Shido that give him an advantage and therefore a shortcut in achieving his goal. Igarashi also lacks honesty and integrity. I mean, he mastered the Malicia foul and didn't even thank Kunigami for saving him. What about his character development? Well, to be honest, there is actually none. Throughout the manga, Igarashi doesn't really change much. His decideful character stays the same, Igarashi doesn't improve his football skills, and still manages to get to the last selection and now even to the Neo Eagles League. Therefore, he is seen as a talentless player who passes stages because of his decidefulness and luck, while other more talented players don't get the chances and are eliminated because they followed Blue Lock's true will and challenged the strongest and failed while Igarashi takes the easy way. So why did Kanejiro create his character then? First of all, it's pretty clear that Igarashi kind of resembles Ishizaki from Captain Tsubasa. Although Igarashi isn't really Isagi's best friend like Ishizaki kind of was for Tsubasa, it is very obvious that Igarashi always, let's say, accompanies him. Igarashi was with Isagi in Team Z, Igarashi was with Isagi in Team A, and Igarashi is with Isagi in the same team Best at Munich in the Neo Eagles League. I don't know how Igarashi will make it into the national team in the end, but I'm by 100% sure he somehow will. By the way, in the trivia of Igarashi, it is also stated that famous Japanese actress Tsubasa Honda is Igarashi's favorite celebrity. Another Tsubasa hint by Kanejiro. I'm also convinced that Igarashi was created by Kanejiro to express the emotion fear and pressure which all of the Blue Lock players were under to the viewers through the eyes of Igarashi at the beginning of Blue Lock in the first selection. Right before Team Z's last and final match against Team V, we saw a conversation between Isagi and Igarashi. Igarashi tells Isagi here that he is afraid and can't sleep, and the reason why he decided to join Blue Lock was so that he can escape alive, where he's forced to take over his family's temple and live the life of a monk. This whole scenario has been the darkest in the whole Blue Lock manga, even to this day. Maybe you also noticed that Nomura drew the panels of this situation in a different art style than usual, as they were much more dark and gritty, and also much more focused on the characters' facial expressions, especially on Igarashi. The anime did this as well, and this scene in combination with its music is definitely one that has stuck in my head. At the moment, Igarashi has been degraded to be a comedy character like Yoichi on Best at Munich's bench to comment what's happening during the matches. I'm sure Igarashi will get a big moment in the future with his diving skill, where he somehow manages to get a penalty for his team right before the end of a match. We have never seen a penalty actually, I just realized. Alright, what do you think about Igarashi? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, stay safe and have a nice day.